Ted Lasso Season 3 Episode 7 is now out for you guys to go and check out. I've just watched them and tell you guys my thoughts. Smash those down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And let's talk about the newest episode of Ted Lasso right now. Okay, so episode 7 is now out. Look, I loved last week's episode. I thought it was fantastic. We get some good character development with Rebecca, with Ted. We now know that Ted is decided to play total football. So that's what this episode is all about. It's all about getting Richmond, understanding the idea, drilling that into him, how to play total football. How are we going to play that way? So this episode, I absolutely adored this episode. I think this is probably the strongest episode of the whole season. It's a very emotional episode as well, because there are certain things that happen with a certain character, and just the whole general idea of them transitioning styles, and then the way that Ted has built upon these last 2 seasons before this, how it's all built to this moment. And that's what I love about the show, is it's taken 3 seasons to get to this point, and it's been a building block every single season to get to this point. And that's what I love, is the way that they're able to build up that whole idea of transitioning this broken team that hated each other, that didn't want to play for each other, to a team now that is just beyond anything we could have ever imagined. A team that is together more than ever before. Now, in this episode, we have this beautiful presentation by Coach Beard about total football, and it's absolutely hilarious. I love that whole moment when he's describing it to them, and then they decide they're going to go and train. And Roy is an absolute gem. He is just a gem of this in this show. And he's sitting there and he's drilling him, and I love when he's like, "You're going to be running, but you're lucky I'm in a good mood. So it just means you're going to be running this whole training session." It's hilarious. This episode is hilarious because there's this moment where Roy decides that they need to be tied together, and they're tied by their dicks. It's hilarious. It's one of the funniest things. And it's all happening. Roy's getting so much joy out of watching them hurt themselves, but it's all brilliant. It all worked. The comedic timing, everything about it was just absolutely on point, and I loved all of it. It was just so good, that whole training montage. I love how Ted, the guys from the bar that we see every single episode, basically, I love how Ted brings them to the training ground to come and have a look at how the team's going, what they're training. I love that, and I love when he's like to Roy, "Oh yeah, ask Coach Beard, because Coach Beard invited him." It's absolutely hilarious. We also have Rebecca and Keely finally meeting up for felt like forever, because obviously we know that Keely has a new girlfriend in Jack, and Jack's a bit of a, "I'm going to give you everything. Here's this, I'm going to pay for this, I'm going to do that." So she's, as Rebecca says, is love bombing. Just absolutely just splashing the cash. And Rebecca's trying to warn Keely, like, just be careful, because when people do this, you could get a sticky situation out of it. So I love that Rebecca's still there for her, even though that, like, she kind of did ditch her, but it is what it is. So we have that all going on, and Keely trying to just say to Jack, like, "You don't need to do this. Let me do this for you sometimes." Then we also have Nate. I love this Nate storyline with the hostess chick from the Athens Greek food restaurant. I love this whole dynamic, and I love when gets revealed how his father did it to his mother, how he asked her out on a date. And I loved all that. I love seeing how hopelessly romantic Nate is. Like, Nate's not an evil dude, but obviously he's on his villain arc. But we see the actual proper Nate when you take down that exterior and you see the actual inside of Nate. This is who Nate really is. He's just this quirky, shy guy. And that's what I love. And I hope he gets his happy ending with her. I really do, because Nate deserves it. Like, as much as I know people don't like him as a character, but I still like him, and I still feel like it's Rupert projecting his personality onto Nate. I love his phone as well when Siri's like, "Yes, Wonder Kid." That's hilarious. So we have that stuff with Nate going on as well. Then we get to one part that I absolutely loved, is when they're versing Arsenal, they are down 3-0. And they're trying this total football, but it's not quite working. And I love at halftime when Jamie steps up and Jamie goes, I'm playing up here. I shouldn't be playing up here. I should be playing in the middle here. And I love how he makes the comment of like, instead of playing to me, play through me. And I love that. And then when they finally build up that goal and it works, and it's this beautiful, beautiful, constructive play that is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, Jamie Tart just turned into prime Iniesta there. He's just absolutely running the show. It warmed my heart, and I love it. And I love seeing Trent so excited after the game about that, even though they lost 3-1. Just that goal in the second half performance was completely different, and there's signs of improvement. And I love how Trent comes in and he's like, it's the Ted Lasso way. And he makes the remark that it's been 2 seasons building up to this moment, the Lasso way, bringing the team together. It was absolutely fantastic. The sacrifice that Jamie is willing to make. It's not about himself, about him scoring all the goals. It's about the team. So I love that, and I love the transition Jamie's going through. He's becoming one of my favorite characters in this show. Now, the big emotional storyline is the stuff involving Sam. Now, we do know Sam had that thing with the sponsor that we saw last time in one of them. But this one's a bit deeper because we're about refugees coming in, and obviously the politicians are rejecting them away and saying Britain's closed and everything like that. Sam makes a couple of tweets, and obviously he gets the pushback. And then people raid his actual restaurant and destroy it. So they go in and they just absolutely make a complete mess of it. And now we know Sam's dad is coming as well. So he was really excited to show him this restaurant. And look, this whole storyline was so sad. Like to see how upset he was when he comes into that dressing room for training and he's pissed off and he unloads it. It's a fantastic performance. And he just unloads it, and to see Sam like that, a guy that's always positive, always seeing the best in the best. He's basically like the Ted Lasso version of a player. And to see him rattled that much was just absolutely heartbreaking. And then I love when his dad says, no, you just need to just forgive those people. That's how you beat them. You don't fight back, you fight forward. And it's such a good metaphor, and it's so right. Don't fight back, fight forward. It's brilliant. And then you get this beautiful moment when his father really wants to see this restaurant. He goes, okay, I'll take you there, but it's not what it was. And he walks inside the restaurant, and here's the team fixing the restaurant for him. And I love that. It shows you exactly the culture that Ted has built at the club and how they're willing to just work together, even if it puts them out. They're going to work and help him out. And then the moment that got me, though, was the moment when the sign got fixed and it says Olas, which is his father's name. And his father sees that. Man, that was just absolutely... I was just like, bro, that was just like emotional as crap. And it was just beautiful. And then in the kitchen when they're cooking, it's just... This is such a good episode. It's heartfelt. The comedy's there. I loved everything about this episode, and I cannot wait for the next episode. I really don't want this show to ever end. It's just that good. But I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the end. So I feel like the only thing that now we're waiting on is the Rebecca storyline to be fully finished, the Ted storyline to be fully finished, Roy and Keely, what's going to happen there, Jamie's full redemption arc coming through, and obviously Nate's redemption that's going to possibly happen. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.